because we're birds of a feather.
How do you mean?
Well, let's just say we both go where we shouldn't be going and take things that don't belong to us.
Oh, really? You must be mixing me up with someone. I just clean up here. And you don't look like someone who knows much.
Really? Didn't you lose a comb by any chance?
What? How did you...
How? I know a thing or two. So, do you believe me?
That was pretty good, I have to admit. And now give it back to me.
As you wish. And now I'm sure you'll be very happy to help me.
All right. If it's medicine you're after, the surgeon has a store across the corridor. There's all sorts of junk there, but there's one chest where he puts stuff that he hasn't used up. He locks it carefully, but you might get lucky.
And what if there's nothing interesting for me in there?
Then tough luck. But you can go and have a look at his records. That crackpot writes down everything he does. Maybe he gave someone something that might be of interest to you.
All right. Thanks.
And now get out of my way. Simple maid like me has lots of work to do in this castle.
The bell's ringing for Hans the 5th time.
Am I supposed to craft savior snaps for him? Well, all the quest says, right, Thomas is being cared for by his sister Attila, who's complaining she has no one to help her. Thomas is in a fever, and at the moment there's no physician at the castle to give him medicine. What's worse, doesn't know what the Sawbones was giving her brother. Take a look into it. There we go. Mr. Chamberlain Aldrich was here again, but this time he did not come to quarrel with me, but on the contrary came running with a plea his stomach is bothering him. After a short examination, I immediately knew that he was suffering from a stomach ulcer, but I had not forgotten the unprecedented humiliation he has caused me. So instead of a professional diagnosis, I muttered something about and the body fluids. Can't read that word. Threw up my hands helplessly and escorted him out, since he thinks I'm a dim-witted Ig- ignoramus, ignoramus. He probably expected nothing better from me and settled for my little eye. April 4, Feast of Saints Valerianus and I got the maid, Catherine, rummaging through the things in my storeroom across from the lab, as I have a constant supply of decoctions, tinctures, and medicine in my chest. The unprofessional use of which can be dangerous. She may be glad I only scolded her. Her name's Catherine. Although I have to admit she's got it in for me in the middle of my lecture on the dangerous nightshade extract, I found myself staring at her plump cleavage. Let's just say I let the rest of her transgressions go unnoticed, but I'll be locking the chest carefully from now on, as well as the chest with my materials I keep right next to my apparatus. Chamberlain Ulrich was here again, this time quite unpleasant and threatening. He said that if I couldn't deal with his problem, I have nothing to do at Trotsky. I told him that his problem was quite rare, which obviously flattered him, and that I could only treat common ailments. His problem would need a real physician, and since I flattered him and made a fool of myself, he was satisfied with my explanation. But he demanded that I recommend someone. I sent him to Colleen to see Professor Joachim Beversky. Totally butchered that name. Who is known to be a rather eccentric astrologer. The meeting of these two figures will certainly be amusing. I almost wish I could see it. I cannot prolong the sufferings of this pompous snob indefinitely, however, as it might turn against me. Next time I'll make him my digestive
The
potion.
6th bell. Half the time is up.
Just enroll with the trick. Right, I need to. I can't read all of that, surely. Yeah, we learned something, did we? Fever tonic. We got a tonic against fever to help Thomas. There was a recipe in the physician's book, and he mentioned it here and there. Maybe it can be found somewhere in the castle. So I can either craft it or I can. Right. Razim the scribe was with me. The fever had apparently subsided, but he demanded my tonic again. He said the fever keeps coming back at night, which is not unusual, but my tonicum should not be given lightly. I therefore gave him another dose, but warned him that it was the last. He made a rather strange face and then proceeded to question me rather clumsily about the composition of the tonic. I didn't tell him that, of course, so I gave him some talk about the terms of Mars and the phases of the moon, so that it was clear that without a skull of the capacitor, I wonder when he'll come again. Let's see. Has it got a fever tonic recipe? Ah, there we go. You will need 3 handfuls of feverfew, 2 handfuls of ginger, and a handful of elderberry leaves. I need ginger, feverfew, and elderberry. Oh, they're all here. Right. Add the feverfew and boil for 2 minutes. Grind the elderberry leaves and add them to the cauldron. Add the ginger. Finally, distill. So water and 3 feverfew. Boil for 2 turns.
The 7th bell.
Two handful of ginger. Handful of elderberry. Elderberry leaves you gotta grind. Mm. Then add the ginger. How much? Has that worked?
I've mucked the whole thing up.
Amazing. It's because I used 2 elderflowers instead of 1. Right, okay. Add some water. Move it down. Move up. Handful of elderberry.
It's the 8th bell. I need to hurry.
Yeah, I think he's dying. Not gonna be able to save him. And then 2 handfuls of ginger.
I must have messed up more than one step if it turned out that bad.
Come on! Grind the elderberries and add them to the cauldron. Add the ginger. Where am I messing up? Gonna have to go back a bit.
It's all right. You'll be fine.
I'm sorry.
The 4th bell.
If you're after some leftovers, the kitchen's up top. I don't think there's much you'll have to wait.
Let me pass. Don't worry.
You! What in God's name are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same question.
I work here, genius.
Who are you, actually?
Me?
We both know you're lying. The question is...
Says someone who was just sitting in a jail cell.
They let me out.
Really?
The Chamberlain sent me.
That slimy toad? If he doesn't watch out...
Well, you look like you know your way around here. Maybe you can help me.
Why should I?
Because we're birds of...
How do you mean?
Well...
Oh, really?
Really?
What?
How? I know...
That was pretty good, I have to...
As you wish. And now I'm sure you'll be very...
All right. If it's medicine you're after, the surgeon has a store across the corridor. There's all sorts of junk there, but there's one chest where he puts stuff that he hasn't used up. He locks it carefully, but you might get lucky.
And what if there's nothing interesting for me in there?
Then tough luck. But that crackpot writes down everything he does.
All right.
And now get out of my way.
I'm good.
Ah, damn.
Come on.
Shit.
I'll just save one for later. I'm not gonna risk it. Mm. A hole of something for the Chamberlain's stomach. Mm. Where can I find a soothing tonic for him?
The bell's ringing for Hans the 5th time.
Digestive potion, 2 handful of thistle, some nettle leaves, and a little charcoal with it. Is known to aid digestions. Will do the trick. Right, we need a digestive potion. Mm. There it is, there it is, there it is. Water, 2 handful of thistle, a handful of nettle, and a handful of charcoal. Add 2 thistles. Add the thistle to the cauldron and boil for 2 turns. Grind the nettle and add it to the cauldron. Boil for 1 turn. Okay. Bloody hell, I don't have all the ingredients for them. Okay. Tin pitcher. Just gonna save the game real quick. Bloody hell, that locker is stupidly hard.
Let them know that they are not alone.
I'm sticking. Hooray!
Did you get it? It will have to be diluted. His fever is getting worse. If this doesn't work, I don't think he'll last long.
You all to be vigilant. These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws and bandits roaming the country. And we have one of those vermin here today. A fella called Hans, who is clearly not right in the head. A dangerous madman, a brawler, and a thug, the worst of all, a poacher. And so, for the damages he caused to our dear Lord